Hello everyone! Welcome back to AI News Flash with AI Rav. This is your weekly breakdown of the biggest AI moves from November 24th to November 30th, 2025. For business owners, this isn't just hype. It's about staying ahead of where AI is reshaping customer expectations, cost structures, and competition. Let's jump right in, starting off with news from big software companies. OpenAI is building tools that let developers publish full agent workflows straight into ChatGPT. A new feature, codenamed Hermes, will add a button in the agent builder so workflows can be pushed directly to users. They are also working on an apps dashboard and a refreshed apps directory, basically a second-generation GPT store. OpenAI also rolled out a unified voice mode on web and mobile. You can now talk right inside a normal ChatGPT chat, see answers appear, scroll your history, and view images or maps in real time. On the enterprise side, OpenAI now lets organizations keep their data in specific regions to satisfy local regulations. If your company had compliance worries about data location, this update removes a key blocker to rolling out AI more broadly. In not so positive news from OpenAI, they revealed that its analytics vendor Mixpanel had a security incident on November 9th. An attacker exported some profile data for API users, including names, email addresses, city and state, and device details. There was no exposure of chat history, API keys, payment details or passwords, and regular ChatGPT users were not affected. OpenAI has removed Mixpanel and is warning affected users to stay alert for phishing emails. If your business uses any APIs, this is a reminder to track not only your main vendor, but also their partners. In the final news from OpenAI, they launched a shopping research feature inside ChatGPT. You describe what you're looking for. It asks clarifying questions, researches the web, and brings options back, refining its picks as you respond. The feature is rolling out to all users, with almost unlimited usage through the holidays. For retailers and e-commerce brands, this is a signal that discovery is shifting to AI conversations that behave like personal shoppers. In news from Anthropic, they launched Claude Opus 4.5, which they say performs strongly at coding, agent-style tasks and computer use, while costing less than Claude Opus 4.1. They also upgraded Claude Code, improved Claude inside Excel and Chrome, and enhanced the Claude developer platform, Dave. If your teams write code, work heavily in spreadsheets, or spend most of their time in the browser, Claude Code is still the leader in agentic AI software development. In more news from Anthropic, their CEO Dario Amodei has been asked to testify at a December 17th hearing on how Chinese state actors use Claude Code in a broad cyber espionage campaign. Google Cloud CEO Thomas Kurian and Quantum Exchange CEO Eddie Zervigon were also asked to speak about AI and cybersecurity. Lawmakers want to understand how attackers might misuse AI tools and how AI can help defend organizations. In news from Meta, they are testing a tool called Project Luna that scans your Facebook feed and sends you a personalized morning briefing. Instead of endless scrolling, you get a digest of updates tailored to you. For brands and creators, this means your content could appear inside a short daily brief instead of a crowded feed. Google had a couple big updates last week. First, their latest image generation model, Nano Banana Pro, is being integrated into Google Slides, Google Videos, and Notebook LM. Users can generate or refine images directly where they work. In Google Slides, there is even a Beautify this slide button that refreshes an existing slide with one click. Also, after the launch of Gemini 3, Alphabet's valuation climbed past $3.6 trillion and hit record stock highs. Analysts describe Gemini 3 as a state-of-the-art model that outperforms many competitors. Google Cloud revenue grew 34% to $15.2 billion, reaching a $50 billion annual run rate, and over 70% of cloud customers have adopted Google AI products. Moving to Perplexity, they now let users research and buy products directly in the app. It introduced virtual try-on so people can test clothing on a digital avatar before buying. These moves line up with Adobe's forecast that AI-powered shopping will grow more than 520% this holiday season compared to last year. Perplexity also upgraded its email assistant so it can handle multiple calendars across Gmail and Outlook. For businesses, This hints at a future where research, shopping, and scheduling all happen inside one conversational interface. In news from international players, DeepSeek released DeepSeek Math Phi 2, an open-source mixture of experts model focused on mathematical reasoning. It scored 118 out of 120 on the 2024 Putnam competition, beating the top human score. It also solved 5 of 6 problems from the 2025 International Math Olympiad and reached around 61.9% on the IMO Proof Bench benchmark. The system uses a generator model to propose proofs and a verifier model to critique and refine them step by step. For businesses, this approach shows how future AI agents might check their own logic in finance, pricing, and operations before giving you an answer. In news from Alibaba, they released Quark AI glasses in China, a line of smart eyewear powered by its Qwen language models and Quark Assistant. Prices start around 1,899 yuan, roughly $268. These glasses can act as on-the-go assistants, able to see the world and respond to voice. If you think about field sales, inspections, or logistics, this hints at a near future where frontline staff can get hands-free AI guidance in real time. In news from AI startups, Polish startup Clone Robotics released a demo of a humanoid robotic hand that closely mirrors human movements, with realistic grip strength and speed. The hand is controlled by a neural network trained on hours of human hand footage, so it can interpret motion in real time. Underneath, it uses water-powered myofiber muscles that have reportedly survived around 650,000 test cycles without noticeable fatigue. For factories, labs, and even service work, this points to robots that can handle more delicate and varied physical tasks than traditional industrial arms. Researchers at Harvard Medical School introduced PopEVE, an AI model that ranks which genetic variants are most likely to cause disease. Early results show it outperforming models like Google DeepMind's AlphaMissense on this task. The team is now testing PopEVE in clinical environments to see whether it helps diagnose rare conditions driven by a single genetic variant. For healthcare leaders and biotech founders, this is a concrete example of AI moving from research papers into tools that can shorten the path to diagnosis. In the final news from last week, the White House announced the Genesis project, described as a Manhattan Project-style effort for AI. Run by the Department of Energy, it aims to build an integrated AI model trained on federal data. The goals include accelerating innovation, creating jobs, and reducing energy costs. By comparing it to the Manhattan Project and the Apollo program, leaders are signaling long-term, large-scale commitment. For businesses, this could eventually mean new public data sets, procurement opportunities, and standards that shape commercial AI tools. And that's a wrap for this week's AI News Flash. If you prefer to read, the full blog and sources are live on AI-for-business-owners.substack.com. Share this with a friend who's building something bold and remind them, AI is not slowing down, so neither should their curiosity. See you next week on AI News Flash with AI Rab.